Welcome to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. Jeff, DiVeronica and Steve Bradley with one of the early season newsmakers in Section 5 Boys Lacrosse. Going to try to do a little bit more this week, depending on when you watch this. We will see. The Spencerport Rangers are joining us, and we have Coach Bill Buttaro with us. Billy, depending on, I'm going to call him Billy. Coach Buttaro, how about just we go with that? Coach Buttaro, welcome to the show. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you, Jeff?
Fantastic. It was only a matter of time before I got you on the show after I got hired in West Irondequoit, right?
Right.
Also joining us, senior midfielder Cameron Mesh and freshman midfielder Zach Tortora. Guys, welcome to the program. Congrats on a great start as we record this. You've won 4 of your first 5 games, and the loss was actually, I think you turned some heads with that one too, a tight loss to Canandaigua. So, Steve, you saw these guys play earlier this week. What were your impressions of the Rangers?
Very impressed, Jeff. A very solid team. Very young and skilled on attack. Zach is part of that young attack that is really creative and skilled. Cam is one of the most impressive players in Section 5. He plays midfield, but he does the face-offs. He plays man up, man down, offense, defense. He barely leaves the field. He leads the team in ground balls with 52, which is over 10 a game, Jeff. So he does everything. They've got a really strong goalie, Taylor Kay. He's a junior. And Ashton McNair is a long pole that really jumped out at me, too, from that game. Top to bottom, it was a great game. 6-4 was the final, and it may have even been closer than that.
Coach Buttaro, congrats on the solid start. I know you have big goals this year. I also know that last year was kind of a turn some heads year for Spencerport. It was your second season, third season technically, but we all missed the COVID year. What did last season mean to these guys, starting to beat some elite powers, which is something Spencerport had never done before?
Yeah, it's really about building the foundation of success, going against these programs that have been around for 50 years. The Spencerport program's been around for just under 20. It's about establishing ourselves as who we are and what we're going to stand for going forward.
So, Cam, as a face-off guy, you average about 70% this season. What's it like stepping in that circle mano a mano? What's your mindset? How do you go about your business?
Every time I go up there, I just know that you got to be confident and know that you're the better player and that you're going to get the ball. No matter what happens, you're going to come out with the ball and give your team possession.
So just how did you get started taking face-offs? Is it when you started in youth, or is it something that came of age as you came of age?
No, I started at youth. We were losing the game, I remember, and coach just said, go try it. And I went out there, started winning a few, and since then I've just been taking them.
Zach, what's it been like for you? Is this your second year on varsity or your first? Obviously, you're having a great season so far with 14 goals.
It's my first year on varsity, yeah.
So what's the difference between junior varsity lacrosse and varsity lacrosse? We always hear about it, speed and other sports. What's it like in lacrosse?
It's a lot different. The seniors, they're there to help you out, like everyone there. It's just a different environment on varsity than on junior varsity.
So Steve, I'm gonna go with Steve. Steve, I'm gonna go right there. The hair, Zach. The hair is spectacular. Is that something you styled, or is that just kind of a natural thing?
It's just a natural thing.
That's incredible. It really is. There would be guys that you could make a hat out of that hair, and people would buy that. So let's keep that in mind. If I could find a way to sell my hair and make some money, I would do it. By the time you get my age, let's figure that out, okay?
All right.
Steve, sorry,
By
go
the
ahead.
time you get to be my age, you're just glad you have it. Billy, 4-1, you're quarter to a third of the way into the season. What do you like most about what you've seen from your club so far?
It's about the build, and we talk about it every day. It's not about where we are right now, but it's where we are by Memorial Day. I mean, our goal is to be the best version of ourselves by then. Our kids have gotten better every single game. We might have lost to Canandaigua, but we showed a lot of great things in that game. We didn't shoot particularly well, but with a young team, that happens. And it's about building towards the end of May and seeing where we're going to be.
Cam, you're obviously a multi-sport athlete, done very well in all the sports you play. You missed much of the football season. How many weeks of the football season? What was the injury, and how long did it take you back to get back?
I think I missed 5 or 6 weeks. My hamstring I pulled, and so I was out about 5 or 6 weeks.
How difficult was it to sit out your senior season like that? And if there was a silver lining to any of that, was there one?
Yeah, it was definitely really tough just not being able to be out there my senior year. I didn't know if I was going to be able to even come back for the end of the season, but it was nice being able to come back and be able to get back to 100%. I think there was a silver lining. It gave me definitely more a chip on my shoulder for lacrosse season.
Kind of appreciated, huh? Appreciate competition. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Cool. That's good. Steve?
And Jeff, Zach is also a multi-sport athlete. He was a member of the Rangers soccer team that went to the state Final Four. So he's got a sectional patch under his belt already as a freshman. Zach, what did you learn in the fall about being a varsity athlete at a young age that's helped you make this transition to lacrosse?
I learned that it takes a lot of responsibility to be on varsity and start, and you have a big role, a part of the team that you have to do, and I try my best to do that role for the team.
So what's your role for this lacrosse team?
Just finish and help out the middies and give them a break.
Just finished, Jeff. 14 goals, 10 goals last week, 2 against Canandaigua, 4 against Webster Thomas, and 4 against East Aurora. So Coach talked about trending in the right direction. Coach, Zach seems to be trending in the right direction. Is he getting his sea legs under him a little bit?
Yeah, as a coach, I always try to find a freshman that I can input into the lineup to find success early. And, Zach is a very talented kid. And I told him not to worry about anything but finishing. And with 14 goals in the first 5 games, he's filling his role perfectly.
Coach, while we got you, let's break Cam down. What's Cam like as a leader, as a player, as a young man? How fortunate did you feel to be coaching this young man?
Cam is a generational talent. I'm not going to coach many people like Cam athletically or as a leader. Cam doesn't talk a lot. And if you watch his play, he doesn't have to. Cam is the best athlete on the field whenever he wants to be. He is all heart, all hustle. If you watch him take a face-off, he's not the most technical, but I guarantee you he's going to be the first person to ball. And I know that he takes pride in that. I know that sometimes he loses the face-off on purpose to beat the guy to the ground ball. And that is something that only truly gifted athletes can do. I've only coached 2 or 3 kids like Cam my entire career.
Cam, we got to go right to you after that. Hearing your coach say that, how does that make you feel and how does that inspire you?
Yeah, it's cool. It means a lot, knowing that your coach believes in you. And yeah, it just gives me the extra feel. Knowing I do my best every time I'm on the field.
Let's take a quick break. Come back and talk more with the Rangers right here on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show.
Whether it was Dad letting you grill for the first time, or Grandpa taking you out to a ball game, or even a summer picnic before the fireworks on the 4th of July, Zweigel's has created generations of memories that shape who we are and what our community has become.
Are you looking for a place to create your greater story? Roberts Wesleyan University was voted the best undergraduate program by the Rochester Business Journal Reader Rankings in 2022. We're honored and humbled for being recognized as a top winner. Within every student is a transformation story in the making. At Roberts, you'll find an academically inspiring environment led by supportive, high-quality professors. You'll build upon your education and have opportunities to pursue your interests, explore career opportunities, and shape your future forward at Roberts, a liberal arts university anchored in Christ located in Rochester, New York. Apply now for fall 2023 at roberts.edu/apply. We'll get back to you within 24 hours once you submit your application. Bring your greater story to light at Roberts Wesleyan University.
You don't choose to get hurt at work, but you can choose the workers' comp attorneys at Connors and Ferris to fight for your money and medical benefits you deserve.
With over 20 years of industry experience, we will give your case our undivided attention so that you and your family can focus on your recovery.
So call Connors and Ferris, the workers' comp attorneys dedicated to fighting for injured workers' rights.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
There are plenty of professional sports teams in Rochester, but there's also a lot of great high school sports action in each town in our area. When's the last time you checked out a high school game? Section 5 sports are about more than just wins and losses. They're about teaching teamwork, dedication, and discipline. So support the kids who play for your school. Get out and watch a high school game today. For more information, including schedules, rosters, and stats, visit section5.org. That's sectionv.org. Brought to you by the Monroe County League and Section 5.
Baby, sweet baby, oh baby,
You know, whether you come here as a sixth grader or a ninth grader, you have to spend your 4, 5, 6 years here and just get involved in so many different things. And then you're going to go out and set fire on the earth. When you get through McQuaid Jesuit, you're not going to fail when you get out in the world.
So from the consultation to the installation, I think the word that comes to mind is easy. I've talked to a lot of people where their renovations have been nothing but headaches, and this was never a headache. It was easy. From the moment Marty came and talked with me about all the options and about all the process, he was so easy to talk to. It was like talking to an old friend. Laid everything out. There was no pressure. I just felt very at ease about the whole process. And then when Ryan came, he was in at 8 o'clock and he was out by 3:30. It was incredible. And with the supply chain issues right now, the one thing that I loved the best about Bath Fitter was that they do all of their own production and then they also do their own installation. So it was a quick process. We were able to get the installation date within a few weeks, and it was just easy. And we are so thrilled with our brand new gleaming tub. So we couldn't be happier.
Welcome back to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. Jeff DiVeronica and Steve Bradley talking with Spencerport Rangers Boys Lacrosse. And pretty sure in the 20 years I've done this program, Steve, this is the first time we've had on Spencerport Boys Lacrosse.
Yep, and it's a great time to do it. They're a team that as you mentioned the first segment, Jeff, made some noise last year. They're 27-10 in Coach Buttaro's first 3 seasons. So certainly a team that's to be reckoned with. And Coach played at Irondequoit, class of 2004, St. John Fisher, and he was a goalie, Jeff. And Coach, I just wanted to ask you about how playing goal has influenced you as a coach and how it's helped you as an overall team leader.
So growing up in Irondequoit, I had a goalie coach. His name is Jeff Schwartz, and he demanded that I become a student of the game. So I had to know offenses, defenses. I need to know weaknesses and defensive personnel and where soft spots were coming for shooters. Transferring that to the college level. I originally went to Monroe Community College during their glory run under Coach Delfino, and I was virtually our defensive coordinator as a player. So it really helped me learn the nuances of the game. I went on to coach at Fisher, where I worked with John Johnson, Coach Mark Rice, and Randy Garrett to go along with playing for John Pratt. I mean, if you have a Mount Rushmore of coaches that you played for, those probably be the 4 in Section 5 lacrosse. Understanding from the defensive perspective, I'm looking at the field as a goalie. You can see everything, both offensive and defensively. So when I coach offense now, I think of where are the weak spots in the defense? Where can we find ways to exploit goalies or defensemen? As a defensive coach, I try to take those spots away. So seeing the field as a goalie, you really see everything come together.
Cam, let me ask you about your coach, because I can tell he's a pretty passionate guy. How does that impact you guys as players to see the fire he brings to it?
Yeah, it definitely motivates us a ton. Just seeing how passionate he is, how much he cares. It just gives us that extra feel every game, every practice, just to be our best for him.
Zach, Coach mentioned that Cam is an outstanding leader, but he doesn't say a lot. You, as an up-and-coming player, what have you already taken from him, and what do you hope to learn from him as you continue on and grow into more of a leadership role throughout your career?
Yeah, I hope to be as good a leader as he is now. You know, I look up to him every time I need help. He's always there. He's a great friend. He's a great person, well-rounded.
Zach, when did you first pick up a stick? How old were you, and who got you involved?
I was about 3 years old. And I'd say it was probably my dad that got the stick in my hands.
How about you, Cam?
I think I was in first grade, so 6 or 7,
Late bloomer, huh?
a little bit.
Is football your favorite sport? Is lacrosse? What's your favorite sport, Cam?
Whatever season I'm in, that's time for that.
And what's next for you, young man? Jack's had a couple years, but where will you be a year from now at this time?
I'll probably be playing football at Brockport.
Cool. Very cool.
Yep.
Coach Buttaro, let me ask you about, boy, you nailed it, Mount Rushmore, but when you've played against your alma mater once, we always ask coaches, like, what's it like to coach your alma mater? You teach in Spencerport. You're from Irondequoit, right? What's it like that you beat them the first time you played them, Irondequoit? Next one's coming up May 11th. What's it like to go against the school you played for? Is that difficult at all? Their heartstrings? Is there anything? And I think when you beat them, they were probably having a bit of a down year a couple of years ago.
Yeah, the first time we played them was interesting. I left there after the 2019 season to come to Spencerport. So a lot of the kids that were on the team, I had coached, so it was a little bittersweet. I enjoyed winning. Winning to me is the most fun thing there is. I tell the kids that all the time. There's nothing more fun than winning. But there is a little bit of a bittersweet thing. I grew up in Irondequoit. I played there. I was an all-county player there. I coached there. I root for them to do well as long as they're not playing against us. When they're playing against us, I don't root for them at all.
And I know, Steve, let me just one more question. That it was a big breakthrough season last year for Irondequoit. Irondequoit lacrosse has not been what it usually had been through 2 or 3 decades. How did that make you feel to see Coach Buttaro's group kind of get things back in order to a degree? Obviously, there's been it's been a lot of people who were like disappointed that Irondequoit lacrosse wasn't what it used to be. What were your thoughts on the way they played last year?
They played great, and Coach Buttaro was my high school teammate. I graduated a year before him, so I have a great relationship with Aaron. It was good for the program. It was good for them. I know that during a lot of the down years, what they had last year, we didn't have. We didn't have a face-off guy that can completely dominate. Jonah Carrier is an unbelievable face-off guy. I believe he's at like 84, 86% right now. And in the game today, if you don't have a face-off guy, you're not getting the ball, you're not scoring. And I know that was a big part of what they did last year. And it was good to see them come back around. But I'm more than excited to watch Spencerport be in their place this year.
Zach, you said you picked up the lacrosse stick at 3. What did you fall in love with the game? What makes it special to you, and what inspires you to get better every day? Because you've obviously got talent and drive to be on varsity as a freshman with 14 goals in 5 games.
The players I play with and the coaches that coach me inspire me to get better every single day. And it just clicked when I picked up a stick. I just have loved it ever since, and I'm just gonna keep getting better every single day.
Cam, you guys have you beat Brighton pretty good, 16-7. You lost to Canandaigua, but you beat Thomas 12-7. You're usually pretty good. Slow start for the Titans this year. You're going to play Fairport and Hilton this week. I know when people are going to watch this, and we don't know what the results are going to be. But what do you think your team's going to learn about? You're playing a team in Fairport that's always there. What will you learn about these tough games this week? This group.
Yeah, I think they're both going to be 2 good games. They're both good teams. But that's what we need. Adversity, tough games. That's what's going to make us better. So hopefully we go out there, play 2 tough games, but hopefully we get two wins.
And Jeff, looking at some of the leaders for the Rangers, we know Zach has 14 goals. Trevor Lewis has 11. Cam has 8. And Jaden Rodriguez has 8 goals and 7 assists, leads the team with 15 points. Also have good leadership from senior midfielder John Cho. We mentioned Taylor Kay in goal. Coach, who are some of these other guys? Because you can't just win with a face-off guy in a goal. It helps, but who are some of the other folks helping you get it done?
Our defense is having an outstanding year, led by our senior Sam Scapo. He brings a grittiness and a toughness to our team. Sean Baird and Ashton McNair. Ashton's having an incredible season. Yesterday against East Aurora, he was incredible. I think he had 5 ground balls in about the first 6 minutes of the game. He had 3 takeaways. Sean Baird is a 6'5" defender who is almost impossible to get around. We also have Connor Morgan on defense, who's growing into his role. He's been playing outstanding help defense throughout the year. You know, we're a pretty well-rounded team, and I'm mostly impressed with the growth of our defense over the past couple of years. I think that some people would say our defense was our weaker part of our program the past few years since I've been there, but they're coming to their own.
Well, wish you the best of luck. I know you got a big week ahead, and I know you got a big year, Coach Buttaro, getting married later on in the fall. Boy, a couple big celebrations over the next 5-6 months would be kind of cool for Spencerport Boys Lacrosse, trying to go where no team has ever gone before for the Rangers. How far did you make it in sections last year, Coach?
We lost to Canandaigua in the quarterfinals, I want to say. That was maybe the best lacrosse game I've ever been a part of. We lost 9-8 in overtime. We were down 7-4 with 8 minutes left, took the lead, and they scored to tie it with 2.4 seconds left. We lost in overtime.
Wow.
But it was one of the best games I've ever been a part of.
And they went on to win.
Just to put that in perspective, Canandaigua went on to reach the state finals. So this team was this close last year. This team, I mean, Class B, and maybe this could be the last question for Coach. Class B in Section 5 is always a gauntlet. This year is no different. You know, Victor's going all over playing nationally ranked teams, but how difficult is it, and how gratifying is it to know if you can make it out of Section 5, you can go a long way?
This is the toughest class or division in all of sports, I think, in Section 5. I mean, any sport. Class B lacrosse, since they added Class D, has been a gauntlet. I think that was like in 2017 they added that. You know, you were talking about some great teams, Victor teams. Thomas had some great teams. Irondequoit had some good teams while I was there. Spencerport, I mean, our first year we were 13-2. We lost in the quarterfinals to Penfield. Canandaigua went to the state finals last year. Irondequoit made a run last year. It's just, the list keeps on going and going. So it is going to be a grind, and we're here for it.
Love it. Love it. Hey, Rangers, thanks for being on the show. Cam and Zach, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Zach, when I retire, we're going to talk about the hair, okay? So I'm going to get your number from Coach, all right? I used to have hair like that. When I was your age, I used to have hair like that too. So fantastic. I love it. It's a shame you have to cover that up with a helmet. Coach Buttaro, great to get you on the program, my friend, and best of luck all season long. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank
Jim.
you.
Thanks for having us.
The Spencerport Rangers right here on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show for Steve Bradley, my co-host, and our producer, Joe Brott. Thanks for watching us right here on Rock Sports Now on YouTube.